Thank you for joining us. We're going to get started here in about 1 more minute. Dr. Grover will get us started, and we will get this meeting underway. Thank you all for joining us.
Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you to all of our families for joining us tonight for our senior parent meeting. I believe I probably have some students on the call tonight as well, our seniors. And so I kind of just want to start off, first of all, acknowledging our seniors. I know this past couple of weeks of thinking about how drastically your final year has been altered, it's been tough. And it's even tougher to imagine a graduation ceremony that does not have you physically present, where we get a chance to shake your hands and look you in the eyes one last time. I have always found that moment as a way to let you know, just in case, if you ever had any doubt, how proud we are of you and how much we believe you are ready to thrive so that you have the quality of life that you deserve. I've always thought about you being prepared to thrive, thinking about whether or not you've taken the right classes or did we give you the right experiences. But as I have watched this pandemic spike, and just even this last weekend, even here in our own community, I realized that not only is it about how we have prepared you up to this point, but our task is so much more. I realized very quickly that it really becomes about how we protect you so that you can make it to the other side of this pandemic and that you have a chance at living out your future plans. And I just want to say thank you to the seniors, those that we've had a chance to talk to throughout different groups, for your maturity and helping us understand your desires, as well as you helping us to think through doing the best that we can under these circumstances. And to our parents that are with us tonight, we know how special the celebration of graduation is for you and your child and your family, your friends. And you know, during these tough times, we start looking around to see who we are surrounded by. And I want you to know that there is no short supply of folks who care deeply about you and your senior, and just all the ideas, the thoughts that have come to us to help us think about this. And so we acknowledge that there is no replication for what that traditional celebration brings. But we want you to know that we're going to do the best we can with the circumstances that we are challenged with to take care of our seniors. So on the call tonight, we want to cover the graduation ceremony plans. We're going to send out some more information to everybody just to let you know just some final details around graduation requirements and any concerns about credits or even credit recovery. So don't worry about that. We're going to send you some more information as we focus on the graduation ceremony plans tonight. So we're not going to address prom or other events. You'll get some more of that directly from the high school. And I do want to let you know that as we talk about the plans for the graduation ceremony, that we want to continue to get your feedback as well as your questions, because that's been so helpful to us throughout this entire process. And so just thinking about approaching graduation in our current situation, we realize that our kids, they deserve the recognition. No doubt. They've thought about this day since kindergarten even, and every year after that. And I know that it means a lot to them to be recognized and to receive their diploma and just to celebrate their milestone. We are up against quite a bit of safety precautions. And so at this point, safety is our top priority. And I continue to learn more about that on a daily basis. And I think that we're going to continue to see even stricter state directed measures that will be coming our way. And so as we have approached this plan, by the time that May 17th comes around, we could very easily be in a shelter in place. And so those safety precautions and talking with the health department people, in conversations with the governor and the commissioner, everywhere that we could go to get the best information, I would tell you that protecting our kids and keeping them safe, that has to be the top priority. We've had a lot of questions about whether or not we can postpone. And even this week, I think the governor, he probably made it clearer than probably what I've been able to understand it these last couple of weeks. He really kind of explained that it could be even the second half of summer before we even began to see some of the restrictions ease up. But even then, there will still be some restrictions that would be in play. And we have to be very careful to make sure that we don't get a bounce back and even have to deal with this pandemic throughout the fall. And so at this point, we're not able to set a postponement date. We just cannot put a date on the calendar at this point. And so that just makes it even more critical for us to preserve that May 17th date. We feel like that is something that the kids have had on their calendar. That is one thing right now that can remain constant for them, is that May 17th date. And it's an opportunity for us to know that we can reach all kids, that all kids can participate in that. We do anticipate that there may be students who may be leaving just maybe even the next day to go to the military or other plans. And so that May 17th is really our focus to celebrate our seniors. We will be open for any opportunities in the future to work with the class. If they want to come back and say, hey, we want to do something in August or November, we welcome that opportunity to talk with the class about that, as we go forward. But right now, what we know as the date for the solid plan is the May 17th. So I talked a lot about meeting with different people. We've had the opportunity to talk with our senior class officers to get some ideas, the superintendent student advisory group. We also sent out a survey. I think we had over 85 or so students to respond to that. We've met with a small group of parents, and folks have sent us emails and just different ideas and so forth, just expressing their concerns. I would say for our students, their top desire was to have a public gathering of some sorts, to be together one last time. And for the parents, I think what we heard a lot of is just being able to publicly recognize our graduates for what they've done, and to just make sure that they receive their diplomas. So we had quite a few, we've went through numerous ideas, anything from whether or not we could have a drive-in theater type of a setup, a drive-by where we could hand out the diplomas. We talked about whether or not we could bring in one family into the West Gym. And so just even, I would say even up until last week, we probably thought that some of those were probably okay ideas. But as we have learned just more about the safety precautions, so anything that comes to a gathering of people, we're not going to be able to do that because that does not put safety first. So there could not be any large gathering. And as I mentioned before, this thing is just changing daily, rapidly, the safety concerns for everyone involved. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep our students safe and their families as well. And again, I just want to just thank you for being a thought partner with us, and just knowing that our heart really goes out to our families, and especially to our kids. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Giberson. He's with us tonight, and he can walk you through what we know today to be the plan for the graduation ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Grover. We want to thank all the parents and students for engaging with us this evening. I would like to echo what was said already. We are tremendously saddened at Grand Island Senior High. I know I am speaking for the entire Islander staff when I say that our hearts and minds are extremely empathetic to our senior class and their families. We appreciate your trust, and we appreciate your collaboration as we move forward. We especially thank those who have helped us in developing the plans through feedback. I've received a lot of phone calls, emails, and I greatly appreciate everyone that has reached out to me personally. Our plan for graduation is as follows. Graduation will be as close to the actual ceremony as it can be, without having, as Dr. Grover said, everyone gathering in the same place. Students will receive a delivery at their homes, which will include their diploma, their cap and gown, and the commencement program during the week before the May 17th graduation. The ceremony will be streamed live online. The online ceremony will go in the same order as previous graduation ceremonies. For example, the ceremony will include the national anthem, a welcome from me, Mr. Gilbertson, the executive principal, a student speech, a class song. Our superintendent of Grand Island Public Schools, Dr. Grover, will address the graduates. And lastly, we'll recognize every single graduate individually as the class of 2020. The biggest difference here will be each graduate will have their name read and their picture will be on the screen at the same time. You will receive, as was stated, an email tonight outlining the details in writing, as well as a link to offer continued feedback to our plan. Just to close my portion, I again want to thank you for being with us and trusting us to honor our seniors the safest way we know possible in the less than ideal conditions of our current reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Giberson. And I just want to thank you for your leadership. Graduation is such a special day for so many reasons. And I want you to know, I know the parents, they talked a lot about having the opportunity for it to be viewed publicly. And we realize that there may be families who have travel constraints as well. We talked to a number of students about that. And so our team, Jack Sheard, along with some other folks, we've already reached out to some of the media about their support for us to make sure that this is streamed on every outlet possible. So we'll be reaching out for every radio station, every television station, anywhere on the internet. So we will look for just multiple ways. And I just want to thank the media folks too. They received that with great optimism, just thinking that, yes, they want to be a part of it. They know and understand how much this means to our community. And so I know that they're going to step up if we have to borrow equipment, whatever we need to do to get it done for you, we're going to do that. And so I also would like to thank our Board of Education. We've also talked with them on numerous occasions, and they provided their input, and they understand the safety factors that are involved, and they have certainly provided us to go the distance, making sure we have whatever resources that we need to make sure that we have this ceremony in the manner in which Mr. Giberson described. And just to the staff members for their input, and just already just in advance of knowing what it's going to take to pull this off. And to our students, I know we've said it before, this is not what you hope for, and it's disappointing to us that we will not have the traditional way, but it does not reduce our love for you, our acknowledgement of your success. You are an amazing class. I see all the way, and there are so many other grades. They feel for you too, and people are just thinking about, just even as we lead up to, I think we have 47 more days before graduation, just thinking about ways that they can show you love and support. And so just thank you to everyone for wrapping your arms around our seniors as we approach their graduation day. Yep. We're going to do whatever we can for you as we move forward.